Hi, my name is Brian Sanchez, Development Manager from Houston, Texas, and thank you for joining us for today's Staying Home and Staying Healthy session. Today we have a great nutrition and cooking demonstration brought to you by registered dietitian Elizabeth Villalobos from DaVita Kidney Care. DaVita has been a partner of NKF all across Texas, and we are so excited to continue that partnership with them today. You will learn some valuable information on nutrition and some great quarantine cooking tips, as well as recipes for you to try at home. I hope you enjoy.
Cholera Pie. Have you ever heard of this? I hadn't until recently, and I gotta say it is one of my favorite food stories now. My name is Elizabeth Villalobos, and I am a registered dietitian with DaVita Dialysis. Now, the story of cholera pie is back in the 1800s in Switzerland, when pandemics of infectious disease were a lot more common than they are today, and it was known that one passing through of a disease could take out an entire village. As a result, the villagers would mostly stay close to their homes, what you and I would call self-quarantining now. And along with that, trade was disrupted and everyday life was disrupted, much like I think a lot of us can relate to today. So what they would do, because you still have to eat while you are self-quarantining, is they had to get a little creative in the kitchen. They looked around to see what they had on hand and put it together in a sort of pot pie. Common ingredients were apples and diced potatoes, bacon, cheese, and thrown together in a crust. And this became known as cholera pie. Kind of if somebody invented a dish today based on what you had in the kitchen and called it COVID surprise. And I love that, and I love that dish ended up sticking around for some time afterward. It became part of that culture. I think stories like that are fascinating. I, for one, get a good deal of comfort from this story because I see it as a representation of human resiliency, a reminder that mankind has faced huge obstacles before, infectious disease or otherwise. We have faced these before and overcome, and we're going to do it again. Along the way, we may have to get a little creative in the kitchen, and that's something that I wanted to help out with today using my background and skill set as a dietitian. So let's head to the kitchen. One of the ways that you can get adventurous in the kitchen while also keeping yourself healthy at the same time is to embrace what is called a plant-based diet. Now, plant-based diet just means that your diet consists chiefly of food from plants. That's fruits and vegetables, but also legumes like beans and lentils and peas. You also have nuts and healthy oils. All these foods together have a lot of benefits for your body, whether you have chronic kidney disease or if you are already on dialysis. Now, if you have chronic kidney disease, a plant-based diet can help you keep a healthy weight. It can lower your blood pressure and cholesterol, thus decreasing your risk of cardiovascular disease. You can also lower your risk of diabetes. You can improve your antioxidant levels, and it can help keep your kidneys from getting worse. It helps you retain the kidney function that you have. Now, once you are already on dialysis, studies have found that a plant-based diet can help lower blood pressure. It has higher antioxidant levels, especially vitamin C, vitamin E, and beta carotene. Folks on dialysis who follow a plant-based diet have less protein in the urine often. There is less inflammation, better insulin sensitivity, so your body is better able to use the insulin that is in your body, and it lowers risk of heart disease. You'll see that there's a lot of overlap between the two here. Work with your dietitian to make sure that you are getting your body's specific nutrition needs, whether that be protein or anything else. So before you even go to the grocery store, take a few minutes, sit down with a pen and paper, and think about how many meals you're going to need that week and which recipes you want to prepare. This is going to help you be more organized, less stressed at the store, which is always a good thing, but also it's going to help make sure that you get everything you need so you only have to make one grocery shopping trip. That's particularly important now during these coronavirus times where we want to be staying at home as often as possible. Now, I am a visual person, and so I like arranging all of that information on a chart like this that has the days of the week on one side and the different meals of the day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the other. That way, at a glance, I can see which meals I'm going to be preparing, which days can have leftovers of those meals, and bonus points, which recipes have overlapping ingredients. To make my life less stressful, which is particularly important during coronavirus times, I like choosing ingredients that can be applied to more than one recipe. If I can do a prep step once and get 2 meals or a meal and a snack out of it, I'm going to do it. So from one pan of roasted peppers, we're going to be getting 2 different recipes. The first is a roasted pepper pasta. It is creamy, it is garlicky, it is not just tasty, but a great alternative to tomato-based sauces for pasta. And then for a snack, we've got roasted pepper hummus. It's got a little kick. It's very nice. So let's start making them. Now, the red bell pepper, in addition to being just very tasty, is also very high in vitamin C, which is going to be good to help promote good immune health. In addition to that, it's a low potassium vegetable, so it's going to be a good choice for people who have potassium restrictions, like people who have kidney disease or are on dialysis. So I got 5 of these here. 3 will be going to the pasta and 2 will be going to the hummus. I've lightly greased each of them with some olive oil, and I'm going to put them in my preheated oven at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. Take them out, turn them, and then put them in for another 20 minutes. Now, before you put those peppers into the oven, you want to take a bulb of garlic and remove most of the paper from the outside. Cut off about the top 1/4 inch or so that it exposes each of the cloves inside. I'm going to put that on a piece of aluminum foil. Drizzle with a couple of teaspoons of oil. And then wrap that up. You're going to put that on the same pan with the peppers and let that roast for the total of 40 minutes. So remember, those peppers first have 20 minutes, take them out, turn them over, another 20. Leave this on there the whole time. If you have never had roasted garlic, you are not living your best life. We're about to change that. Once the peppers are finished, take them out of the oven and let it cool on the pan until the peppers are cool enough to handle with your hands. While they are cooling, cook a package of pasta per the instructions on the package. Peppers are done. They look very nice and roasted. We got our roasted garlic in here, and I have also allowed them to cool enough to where they can be touched. So before you want to put them into your recipes, you need to take the stem out and remove the skin. These are going to be full of a lot of water, so be prepared for that. The skin will peel off very easily. Can you see that coming off? So you will discard the skin and remove the seeds as much as you can and keep the flesh to the side so we get ready to use it in our 2 recipes. To make the red pepper sauce, we're going to take 1/4 cup of roasted, unsalted cashew nuts, place in the blender, 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil, 2 tablespoons red wine vinegar, 3 cloves of the roasted garlic that we prepared. And 3 of the red bell peppers that now have seeds and skins removed. Get them all together and pulse to combine until smooth. Once blended, add a pinch of salt, put the lid back on, and blend again to make sure it is very smooth. So now we have our cooked and drained pasta, and we reserved 1 cup of the cooking liquid. Now you add it back to the pot and pour in the red pepper mixture. And 1/4 cup of the pasta cooking liquid. Stir to combine. Next, I have 1 can of drained cannellini beans. Now, this can be any kind of white bean that your grocery store has on hand. This can be cannellini, this can be white kidney bean, which is the same thing. It can be chickpeas, it can be navy beans, whatever your store has on hand. We've also got 2 tablespoons of fresh oregano. We've got 1 cup of chopped fresh basil and the juice of 1 lemon. Stir to combine. If you like a little heat in your pastas, you can also add some red pepper flakes. And finish with a little cracked pepper. And there you have it, roasted red pepper pasta. All right, now that we got our pasta finished, let's get the hummus underway. Okay, you're gonna take 1/4 cup of lemon juice and 1/4 cup of tahini. If you have not heard of tahini before, it's kind of like peanut butter, but made from sesame seeds. We're gonna put that right into the food processor and blend them to give it a chance to whip that a bit before we add our other ingredients. Now process them together for about 30 seconds. Once your lemon juice and tahini have been whipped, go ahead and add in 2 tablespoons of olive oil and spices. In here we have 1/2 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of cumin, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder or granulated onion, and 1/4 teaspoon of chili powder. Process together for another 30 seconds. Once your seasonings have been mixed in, take off the top and add in 1 can of rinsed, drained, low salt or no salt added chickpeas or garbanzo beans. Replace your lid and blend until smooth, 1 to 2 minutes. Okay, what you should be left with will look like a very thick paste. Lastly, we're going to add the 2 remaining roasted peppers and 2 cloves of the roasted garlic. Replace the lid and process until very smooth, another minute or 2. So what you are left with is basically a very flavorful bean dip. I'm pairing it with jicama and cucumber slices today for a snack. Oh, look at the color of that hummus. Gorgeous. For additional resources on the plant-based diet, I like the recipes on DaVita.com, the resources on the National Kidney Foundation, and on KidneyRD.com. That's it for today. My name is Elizabeth Villalobos. I'm a registered dietitian. Keep playing around in your kitchens, and remember, you can do hard things. Take care.
Well, there you have it. Thank you so much, Elizabeth, for sharing those tips and recipes with us. So much great information. Now be sure to visit the links below this video to get more recipes like the one you just saw. Now, I'm going to turn it over to our team member in Austin, Ty Fleeman.
Thank you, Brian. With Staying Home and Staying Healthy, our team at the National Kidney Foundation serving Texas set out to provide you with information we found useful for all of us during this pandemic. We hope you learned some valuable information and have put it to work in your everyday lives. Though this series is ending, our work is not done. The National Kidney Foundation is here to help you. Visit kidney.org for updates on COVID-19 and how we as a national organization are helping out. We appreciate you tuning in to our Staying Home and Staying Healthy videos. And from all of us at Team Texas, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
NKF les da las gracias.
Thank you.
Thank you.